Okie dokie, guys. Here we are again with another episode of Bible Study with Shahan. And as always, I am Matthew Shahan. I just want to thank each one of you for following along, liking my content, commenting on my content, and especially if you shared it out so the message can spread. Like I said, each one of these has a lot of different topics and messages and lessons that are in each one of them. If you open up your ears to listen, open up your hearts to receive, and your minds to understand. Each one of these has got multiple things you can take out of it and apply to your own lives. Each one of them. Well, today the lesson is on peer pressure. Peer pressure. I don't know about y'all, but that's a big one for me. Alright. Peer pressure has but peer pressure allowed me to make the choices that I'm still the most regrettable about. It was people that I really liked that was in the groups, and just because everyone else was doing certain things and I was the only one not doing them, felt like an outcast, a loner, in the wrong way because it was for doing wrong things. I caved into peer pressure. I caved into peer pressure a couple times over my life, and those were the times that put me in the deepest pits that I went into. And with peer pressure and the wrong groups of people, you'll find out that once you go so deep, no one cares. No one cares. It's not their problems, it's yours at that point. Well, just so you don't make your own problems that much bigger, don't be worried about getting peer pressured into doing the wrong things. Okay, there's wrong peer pressure to where they pressure you to do the wrong things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, but since everyone else is doing it, might as well, right? Well, I'm here to tell you no. If you know you're not supposed to be doing it and you don't want to do it, don't do it just to fit in, okay? It's not worth it in the end. Trust me, it's really not. Especially if it's the wrong people, wrong places, and the wrong things. Like I said, once you get so far into it, you got to get yourself out of it with God's help. Alright? That's the only way out of it, with peer pressure. Now, that was my part on it. Now let's see what the Bible has to say about it. And again, it's on peer pressure, and we're reading out of 1 Samuel, the 13th chapter, and it goes from verse 1 to 14. We are all subject to the negative influences of others. We get pushed into rushing into decisions by peer pressure and often find ourselves in trouble as a result. This weakness should alert us to a defect in our own life and our own need for help. Saul had this defect but refused God's help. Samuel had told the Israelites at Saul's coronation that if they all obeyed God's commands, all would be well. But Saul allowed his men to pressure him into disobedience. Israel was at war. In the midst of a battle, it was customary to have a priest offer sacrifices. Samuel had promised Saul that he would come at an appointed time to do this. Saul waited for a while, but began to feel pressured because of his troops were leaving him. He knew that it was against God's will for him to offer sacrifices, but he decided he could wait no longer, and he did it himself. Just as Saul finished his sacrifice, Samuel arrived, and he said, "How foolish, how foolish." Samuel explained, "You have not kept the command the Lord your God gave you. Had you kept it, the Lord would have established your kingdom over Israel forever. But now your kingdom must end, for the Lord has sought out a man after his own heart." The Lord has already appointed him to be the leader of his people, because you have not kept the Lord's command, as it says in 1 Samuel chapter 13, verse 13 through 14. Saul would suffer the consequences of his own disobedience. If Saul had delayed his action just one more hour, he would have kept his whole kingdom. Our tendency to be influenced by others needs to be replaced with strength from God and faith in God's plan and God's timing. Fire. I love that part right here. And now the kingdom must end, for the Lord has sought out a man after his own heart. I'm trying to seek after God's heart. I truly am. Every day, all day. I love that part of it. Alright, well, again, don't fall into peer pressure. It's not worth it, guys. It's not. Live your own lives, whether you're liked or not. Especially if it's to do bad, peer pressure to do bad. Don't fall into the trap. Now, there is peer pressure to do good. Some might say I'm peer pressuring people to crack open their Bible. That's fine. It needs that dust blown off of it. Alright, well, with that being said, again, I love y'all. I thank y'all. Mwah. Have a good day.